Hi everyone, it's Right Click. Today we're going to be doing a gameplay review for a Diamond 1 Mercy who just dropped out of Masters and trying to help her out and give her some advice. If you don't know who I am a top 500 Mercy one trick and I solo queue only, and I'm on my GM2 account right now called Left Click, and so I'm pretty proud of being able to climb pretty far totally on my own. I don't duo. And so I think I've got some good advice to give. And so hopefully you'll stick around. This is going to be like a really highly educational video, which I'm really proud to be creating because I think there's not a lot of content like this for people who play Mercy. And I think a lot of Mercy advice online is like really outdated. So hopefully I can give you some really helpful tips that I use solo queue to top 500 and IGM. So get ready and let's just dive right into the info that we've got here. So thank you to Mitso for purchasing a gameplay review for me, which if you want to learn more about, I'll talk about in a second. But essentially she said about this game that it was a pretty close game. She tried to focus on damage boosting abilities in this game. Her Sojourn was her default pocket, which makes sense. Sojourn and Mercy is a really good combo. But she tried to sync up with her Reaper when she thought he was going to ult, which makes total sense. You want to do that. And when my tank was playing Hog, I tried to damage boost his hook, for example. Sounds good. Sadly, I deranked out of Masters with this game. Usually I'm floating between Masters 4 and 5, but with this loss, I dropped to Diamond 1. Okay, well, hopefully we can help you. And like I said, if you are interested in a gameplay review yourself, as the viewer, you can check out this guide on how to either purchase one or earn one for free by watching my Twitch stream. All these links will be in the bio, and so make sure to check me out there as well. That's where I go live and I do free Q&A while I'm streaming and everything like that while I play in comp. And while I'm going to be reviewing this, I'm going to take some notes. So you're going to see me typing this up for Mitso, or she goes by Vanessa. So I'm going to give her this note sheet and I'll link it in the description as well for anyone if you want to review it yourself later. Great. Well, let's dive in. Got it ready here. Here we go. Let's start the review.
Ready for battle.
Okay, so we got Mitso over here on Mercy. Okay, we're on Junkertown. I have not played this map in actually months. I cannot remember the last time I played this map. No one votes for this in high ranks. But Mercy is great on this map. Oh wait, J3. Are you against J3 on the enemy team? Or is that I think that's a fake J3, but anyway. Yeah, Mercy is going to be really great on this map. She does super well with long sightlines that favor hit scan characters like Ashe or Widow, or Sojourn's good too, because these characters you can like poke a lot more, and you can also get your reses off a lot more easily. So that was a good way to help your Sojourn. Your Curie was like burning and dying that entire time though. I just want to make sure you knew. I just want to quickly go back fast here. But right here, you can hear the audio cue. If you listen closely, like I hear it on the right headphone for me right now. I still hear it. She's burning right here and dying. So I know you couldn't have expected this venture to go here, so I would have personally turned around and healed my Curie a bit. You don't want her to burn to death. I think you weren't really paying attention to what was happening there, but it ended up being kind of okay because your Sojourn, you helped save her. But if I'm just being honest, I think it would have been good to like turn and check on your Curie. Anyways, we'll watch here. Everyone's burning again from the Ashe. Okay, nice. I would follow Soj here. Nice. Go up and heal Doom. Oh. Good try. Oh, great. Let's watch this back one more time. That was kind of awkward. Your Doom, I don't know why he just kills himself. I think here, I don't know if you could have lived, but try to look around a little bit quicker, just with like 360-degree vision to try to find someone to fly to. So I would be like taking my camera and really flicking it around, because you might have been able to fly up to Sojourn here. I think you even have GA. Yeah, you have it. So try to look around really quickly for who you can fly to, but you kind of just got a bit unlucky here, where people weren't standing where you thought they might. Yeah, so good job hocking Sojourn to start with. It's kind of unfortunate your Doomfist just ran it down, but happens sometimes. I think it's good you're not rezzing that. I think that was your Fury. I don't know if she said she's gonna swap or what. I don't know what the Adventure's doing. But I think it's good you were not rezzing there, because she's just gonna walk off spawn really quickly, right? So that would just put your res on cooldown for very little value. Oh, your Soj is dominating. I think we're like kind of slow to heal people. So, people are like taking damage here. Like when you see the Doom start to go in like that, I want you to be really proactive and start like walking up to help your team, because they're gonna start taking damage, and this like response time is really slow, and I'm noticing it a couple times already. Like they're dying and we're like damage boosting Sojourn. In general, you can choose to listen to whoever you want, but again, I solo queue to GM2 on Mercy, like 90%, like 90+% playtime on Mercy. Healing is really, really important on Mercy, and so you're gonna really struggle to climb, I think, with these types of reaction times to help your team. So I was already concerned when we weren't healing Kiri at the start, but now this is like right in front of you and we're still damage boosting Sojourn. Like damage boost is not that good to be like seeing two people dying and like not putting beam on them as soon as possible. And I think it's maybe it's not so much like, I think it more might be like you're not being proactive about getting ready to put your beam on them by watching what's going on in the game and making assumptions around who's going to take damage. Because I think once you did see that they were taking damage, you did go up, but it's like your reaction time is delayed because you aren't being proactive about figuring out when they are going to take damage ahead of time. It's like you gotta play chess. Like, okay, if I see my Doomfist going in, or sorry, if I see the enemy Doomfist going in, I want to get ready to help whoever he's gonna go on as fast as possible. Whereas that was like a couple second delay. Good job pocketing that blade. A nice res on Doom. Help Genji. Oh, they're going in. Yeah, good play here is to touch the cart, but your team just gobbled them, so that worked out. But yeah, if there's nothing you can really do, the next best action would be to like put 3 people on the cart, so that was good. And then you were able to try to fly to them. I would push up with Sojourn here so you can get in the game. Nice. It's really important when, even if like nothing is happening, you want to like help your team transition into taking and holding space. So like defense right now, their job is to try to take this high ground up here that we're looking at, like where the Doomfist is, and try to like hold this area against you guys and like not let you stand up here. Whereas your team, your team's goal is to start taking this high ground, because you want to get like the most advantageous position so the cart can keep pushing this whole time, and you can like fend them off from deeper into their territory. And so Mercy's like one of her main value propositions is to like enable this kind of aggression from like your Sojourn. So it would have been nice if you just a second earlier here, instead of like AFKing here, you like went and followed your Sojourn more quickly so that she can be really aggressive here without being afraid. And like she's taking some damage, like she could have died there. So yeah, it's better to be like on time.
Feeling better.
Oops.
It's go time. Confirmed.
Nice. All you really have to do there is damage boost the Sojourn, so that was good. Is your your Doom is dead. Oh, your Doom just keeps dying. Nice try super jumping that. We need a heal Genji there, right? Yeah, we're just slow to save our teammates a lot of the time. And I think it's like partially a lack of information and proactive thinking, right? Like Genji just went in. We know he's in there deflecting, so he might need help. I know you're pinging Doomfist, but you are seeing him take some damage. But really, by the time you really realize he's low, it's too late and you can't get your beam on him. So really try to like make sure you're looking around a lot more and like thinking, oh no, what would happen here, or what could happen next? Because like now your Juno's burning all for no reason. Now she's dead. Like it's all started with you not beaming Genji. Genji would have gotten Blade there with Juno ult, could have been really good. So I'm not saying you necessarily would have saved him for sure, or it would have changed the outcome, I don't know, but it definitely was a problem that Genji got so low without being healed.
I'll make it worth your while.
I think this is super worth bulking so you can enable the blade. So nice job with that. I would heal. Nice. Okay.
Enemy turret eliminated. That's the stuff. Clear out. Open fire. This way. There's the enemy turret. Take it out. I will blast you now. Heightening your capabilities.
Help Juno. Oh.
Checking in.
Nice job getting away from Doomfist there. Good movement.
Just what I'd hoped for.
You got around that corner really fast, which is really important to use as a natural cover, so that was really good.
Feel stronger. Keep the payload moving. Not on my watch.
Wait, do you have the chain boost perk? Okay, I would never recommend picking this one. I just noticed that. So for perks, I like that you have the movement one. That one's so much better, especially on a map like this. It's going to be really good. You don't need the res one, especially on a map like this, because it's so easy to get reses off typically with like longer sight lines. The chain boost perk I think is really a big mistake. Flash heal is a lot better than chain boost. Especially with your team comp, like you don't have a second thing to damage boost anyway. Like you have Reaper, Hog. These are like kind of weird things to damage boost, and then Juno, like you're not damage boosting that. And Flash heal would have helped. Well, you can save Sojourn there, but it's gonna help heal Hog a lot. or really anyone else. Right now you're heal botting. I think you were just focused on getting Juno out there, so I understand why you're doing it, but you were just healing her for a while when she wasn't taking damage. Like longer than you had to. Sometimes I will do the same thing because I'm proactively thinking they're about to take damage, so I want to kick in as fast as possible. I know they're not going to kill anything with damage boost, but that was a little excessive.
Maintaining damage boost. Boosting your damage.
Heroes never die.
Yeah, Flash Heal is just such a better ability. Or better perk. It's a whole new ability. Nice res. Really important res on that tank.
For the reckoning.
Right now you could Flash Heal Hog. Heal, 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 heal. Heal, 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 heal. Heal, 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 heal. Wow, that was a really good Suzu from your Kiri. I bet she ended up dying. Oh no. Yeah, your team just kind of staggered there, or like staggered a little bit there. You guys ended up fighting that for a really long time. Like, when did this fight start? Like a minute 20? That was a long fight. That's starting like here. Oh, you guys are up Moira. That was a good time to develop. This is a good develop. Heal, heal, heal.
Time for the reckoning.
Let me see what I can do. Enemy turret ahead. Watch your face. I am fully focused.
Yeah, this part here was a little difficult for you. I think you were accidentally knocking your beam on top of them, and then sometimes flying just out of range, so you couldn't attach it. I don't think it changed the outcome of this, but it definitely could have been a really, really big problem. Because the beam keeps like unattaching. Okay, well, let's swap back to notes. And let's take some notes really quick. Okay, so I think the first thing I really think you need to start doing is like be more proactive about getting ready to heal your teammates, and whether that's through one, like looking around more to keep an eye, looking around more, slash like using audio, looking around more and using audio slash like visual cues to keep an eye on your entire team's health, and or two, templatizing in your mind what like is expected to happen next. For example, if like Genji dashes at the enemy team, you'll like definitely want to like bail him out by putting beam on him and like healing him as he backs out, especially against something like a Moira, which damages him through deflect. Yeah, that I think this is like a really big problem I'm noticing. It's like since you aren't being very proactive A lot of the time there is a long delay between like someone on your team taking damage and getting healed. Hence hence you aren't preventing as many deaths as you could, which is making you lose. Let's see, what else do we have? Keep doing this, like doing a good job of damage boosting your primary team target Sojourn. When there is downtime, which was getting your team a lot of picks, so that was good. Trying to think if there's anything else. I would say like start like pushing up more with your team when they take aggressive positions. This is like somewhat related to like being proactive above, but with more emphasis on like enabling all members of your team to be aggressive, take space. So for example, when Sojourn pushed up on third point offense, it would have been good to have followed her the whole time to keep her health bar up. And look for a pick with damage. Okay. And then there was also some of this like on the first point as well. Like when your Genji and Doom went in, I really try to like follow them with my heal beam on them. It really does a lot to like get it on them as soon as possible and like to help them take those aggressive positions. Sometimes just a little bit of healing is a big difference between them having to like back out earlier than they need to, which can not only it prevents them from having to do that, so which helps them die less and you'll get more picks, which will help you inevitably, like it ladders up to like winning. So yeah, I would say those are the main things so far. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, we'll come back if there is. Okay. Skip ahead, so we lost this one. Okay, got 40 seconds here. Alright, so we're on defense. We are pocketing Sojourn again. You now have a Reinhardt on Junkertown, which is not a great pick. Unfortunately, it's not a good pick, and I can explain why. Because this is a long-range map. You guys don't have speed. Ryan is gonna have a hard time touching the enemy team. You can res, nice. Good job waiting there. You knew that was actually a good example of you were being very proactive there. You were thinking, okay, my Sojourn just died, and it seems like they shot her from a space where they could push up and prevent the res. So you held the res, and it kind of baited the other Sojourn to come in, and low-key got you as a pick because you waited. Whereas it could have easily been that Sojourn just killed you as well, right? So instead of being a 2 for 0 for them, it ended up being a 0 for 1. Like you ended up getting that pick on that Sojourn, so that was big, and then you got the res. So that was really good thinking there. I want to commend you for that. That was very smart. Oh wow, that Sojourn just came out of nowhere. Not a ton you can do there. I think I would go help our Reaper.
Checking in.
I think you need to look around a lot more. Your camera is very like frozen flat. It's like it was injected with like Botox. It's frozen.
It's go time.
Damage intensified.
I think typically what happens is you are not getting like as much value out of Mercy as you could in a lot of situations. I'm not saying every situation, but in a significant amount of them, you're not getting enough value out of Mercy because you're not looking around enough to like swap your beam around or to like reposition to places where you can help your team.
Time for the reckoning.
Yeah, that one was kind of rough.
Thanks.
You guys just don't have anything to do about the Queen ult.
To be more careful.
I think your BAP should go Kiri. This BAP pick is like very weird. It's like it's hard. It's gonna be hard for BAP to heal Doom, and there's also no cleanse for Queen ult. So I would like to see your BAP go Kiri.
Let's see what I can do.
But anyways, yeah, you really need to make sure you're looking around a lot.
Spotted a turret. Death ignited. Enemy turret destroyed.
So nothing's really happening right now.
I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, I would really like to see you heal a lot more. Like if this Doom is not full HP, you should be healing him to full HP. Yeah, like that's good there. Anytime like anyone's taking damage, I would just recommend heal them. It's actually an extremely simple like heuristic, and it works like I would say in any rank below like in all GM game. Honestly, like even if it's like a Masters to GM game, you will typically see me healing almost the entire time. If someone is taking damage, obviously not like if everyone's full HP, or if Sojourn's ulting, I'm not gonna just heal everyone, but
Come on, get up.
it will really help you.
What I can do.
Just what I was looking for.
I think people underrate how much value you get out of someone being like heal your Doom. People
It's go time.
underrate how much value you get out of healing, because when someone's full HP, they can play way more aggressively than
Get back to basics.
heal your Sojourn.
Self-medicating.
Yeah, like when someone is like enabled with health is extremely helpful, often in ways damage boost cannot. Like I always see this thing where people say like, oh, you should just damage boost once they're above 50% health. I don't know where this came from. Why would that be helpful? I'm sorry. That's only helpful in like champion when people are extremely like with an extreme understanding of like sometimes you just need to get a pick to like stall out the game and prevent the enemy team from pushing much. Trust me, like that is not happening in 99.9% of people's games.
Time for the reckoning.
Okay. Yeah, I think the biggest problems here are, and I'm not saying this is gonna make you win. You can't win every game on Mercy. You can't change every outcome on Mercy, no matter if you play it perfect or not. But I do think you're not looking around enough. And I also feel like you have like really inactive beams sometimes. Let's just write down the rest of this. So I would say stop like staring at your beam target so much. I think you can afford to look around a lot more, which will give you a lot more information on what your team is doing, who needs help, who is missing health on your team, and missing health. This will be a big help for you to have better positioning so you can react quickly to what needs to happen and be part of the action. Whereas I feel like right now it's typically a delay between something happening with your team and your beam going onto someone. Sometimes like your beam is not on anyone because you're like too delayed in your positioning or like sense of their health. That's mainly it. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Doing a good job of damage boosting. Staring at your beam target too much. You can definitely be a lot more proactive about getting ready to heal your teammates. Yeah, I would like to see you playing less as like, yeah, I would say like, stop like playing Mercy as a pocket for your DPS and play her as like a triage healer. Right now I feel like you play Mercy as with like an over investment into your like primary beam target, whereas like you will get a lot more value out of Mercy by like swapping your beam more frequently amongst your team members. Heal anyone that is like taking damage and damage boost anyone that is able to attack the enemy team or is like posturing up. One other thing I think you're doing really well is like great job of like pocketing ults in general. You like damage boosted, or I'm just gonna say you like really helped out your like Genji, etc. frequently, which like guarantee value from their ults and helped your team win for team fights. That was a good job there. But yeah, these are the main things I would recommend. And if you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, thank you very much for submitting the game for a review. I think your team probably could have won a few more fights, which actually would have swung the result of the match, especially on that 3rd point offense. If you had been a little bit more engaged. There's like one particular fight where Genji had died after dashing in, and of course, your teammates are going to make tons and tons of mistakes. So I'm sure someone might think to themselves, well, wasn't that Genji's problem? Well, yeah, but it's your job to like be a little firefighter and like put out all these different fires that your team is like starting. You need to like assume, like in general, I would really try to transform like how you're playing the game right now, which seems very, I would describe as like passive, to being like a lot more active. Like instead of being like, I don't know, like an assistant on Mercy, you want to really be like a firefighter and like be very like active, engaged, not just like waiting to be told what to do or to like hoping that your Sojourn just like hard carries. You you cannot climb on Mercy by just, especially solo queue, by just pocketing your primary beam target and like playing safe. You need to be like actively engaged, moving your beam around. Like pretty much you should constantly be getting value out of the beam. So a lot of the time that comes through healing, because there's a lot of time when people are really pushing damage boost, but they're literally doing nothing with it. Like you're not getting actual damage boost, you're just holding down right click when someone is taking damage. And the person you're right clicking or like damage boosting isn't actually doing anything with the damage boost. So in reality, mathematically, like what's happening is you're just, it would almost be like if you're just standing still and not beaming anything, whereas you could have been healing someone else, if that makes sense. But I pretty much like push healing on everyone. Um, who, and I tend to play it somewhere like in the middle of my team. I try to position in spots where like the enemy team can't attack me, but I can easily get my beam, or not easily, but I can get my beam on like anyone on my team. I kind of stand at this like midpoint of like where everyone is so that I can quickly spin around on Mercy 360-degree vision, like swap my beam around very, very quickly. Yeah, I think you're just like, the biggest problem is you're not being proactive, and that's causing you to like literally not get enough output of from Mercy's kit. You're not preventing enough deaths. You're probably not healing enough. I think I would even argue you might not be able to get enough like damage boost that matters, because sometimes you're slow to like help your teammates. So yeah, really, really try to like be more active on Mercy. And it might come with at first like dying a lot more, because you're gonna be putting yourself in more dangerous spots, but that just is why you, while you're doing all this, you're going to get better at positioning too, because you're going to have to figure out like, I can stand here and like keep this beam on my Doomfist when he's dashing it, or I can do these like movement combos where I like fly to him, put the beam on, fly back, things like this. Like to just really stay engaged, you got to like hack out like as much value out of Mercy as possible, because she's such a weak hero. Okay, so I hope this is really helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Whether you're just a viewer or if you're Vanessa, feel free to comment on the YouTube video and I will try to answer them all. And like I said, if you want to check me out on Twitch or join our Discord or watch other videos, like the links will be in the bios below, in the bio below. And yeah, I hope this was really helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I try to post as many of these as possible, and so if you did stay this long, I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe to the YouTube, like the video, share it with anyone that might find it useful. Um, it really helps me get traction on YouTube and to help more people. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope this was educational and helpful for all of you. Bye now.